There are two things that have to work together for reading instruction to work. And if you're trying to use one without the other, it's probably holding your kids back. Those two things are the science of reading and structured literacy. There's a lot of confusion around these two terms, and the reason isn't hard to see. Schools, professional development, social media, even the programs being sold to teachers use them like they mean the same thing, but they don't. And the distinction is exactly what we're going to clear up right now. Here's the simplest way to understand it. The science of reading is the research behind how kids learn to read. Structured literacy is what you do with that research when you teach. One tells you why reading instruction works. The other tells you what to do on a Monday morning. So let's start with the science of reading. It's decades of research from cognitive science, linguistics, and neuroscience that tells us how the brain actually learns to read. And one of the most important things it tells us is that reading is not natural. Unlike spoken language, which children can pick up through exposure, reading has to be taught. The brain has to be trained to connect the sounds to letters. That process doesn't happen on its own. But knowing the research doesn't automatically make you a better teacher. That's where structured literacy comes in, and it's the piece most people know the least about. Structured literacy means teaching reading in a way that leaves nothing to chance. You teach the skills directly. You don't hope kids pick them up through exposure. You teach them in a specific order because each skill builds on the one before it. And you pay attention to what each student actually needs, not what you plan to cover that day. This is not a flexible go-with-the-flow approach. It's deliberate, sequential, and built around how reading actually develops in the brain. Here's what that looks like in practice. Let's say you're teaching the sound shh. You show the letters, you say the sound, and then you read words like ship, shop, shell. Then you build those words with letter tiles. Then you write them. Sound, read, build, write every time. That's not busy work. That's how the brain locks in the sound permanently. And when it's time to read, kids aren't guessing, they're decoding. Compare that to what a lot of classrooms are doing. They're asking kids to look at the picture, to guess what word would make sense, to use context clues. Those strategies feel helpful in the moment, but they're actually teaching kids to avoid the very thing they need to get good at, and that's looking at the letters and sounding the word out. Structured literacy doesn't give kids a way around the word, it gives them a way through it. So how do you know if a program or classroom is actually doing this? Ask one question. What does your instruction look like step by step? If the answer is clear, structured, and intentional, that's structured literacy. If it's vague, flexible, or based on guessing strategies, it's probably not aligned no matter what they call it. You now understand something many educators don't. The science of reading tells you why. Structured literacy tells you what to do. And when you put those two together, you're not just teaching reading, you're changing the trajectory of a child's life. If you want to see exactly what structured literacy looks like in a real classroom, that video is up next. See you there.